Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Presidential D&D Campaign, where AI-voiced U.S. presidents play Dungeons & Dragons with me, Ben Shapiro, your AI Dungeon Master.
Yeah, thanks for having us back, Ben. I'm ready to do what I should have done last session and finally kill Father Lucian once and for all.
That was honestly kind of my bad that we didn't kill him. It's ironic since we didn't kill him in order to avoid the whole town coming after us, and now the whole town is coming after us.
Why are they coming after us again? I thought we were the good guys.
Well, I think that can best be answered with a recap. Donald, do you want to give it this time?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Last session we went and almost killed Father Lucian until Barack said he had a better plan. It was a better plan, honestly, until Joden messed it all up and stole 6 candles instead of the vials containing the mists of Ravenloft. Anyways, apparently Father Lucian had anticipated us coming and swapped out the vials with the candles and cast some illusion magic, and then sent the guards and priests after us. We had to run away to Kieran's mansion, only to find Kieran and Thorn being led away in chains to the Abbey for crimes of treason against the church and Father Lucian or something like that. Anyways, the previous episode and the whole campaign can all be found in this playlist on the channel.
Great, thanks.
I would just like to point out that it wasn't really my fault. I stole the vials. It just turned out that they were the wrong vials and were actually candles instead. All of you would have fallen for it too.
Probably not me. I should have gone in instead.
I would never have fallen for such a cheap parlor trick. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that Father Lucian didn't even cast any illusion magic and you just stole 6 candles from him.
Screw you guys.
All right, with that, let's get started. We have quite the predicament on our hands already without fighting amongst each other. Our session will begin within the DeLaver household. Melanie, Tarkin, and Stapes are all present.
Please tell me you have a plan, adventurers. We need to free Kieran. Those charges are preposterous. He hasn't done anything to commit treason against the church. He is trying to save the town.
Yeah, don't worry. We know. We are going to be working on a plan to free him. Silas said that he would be able to come help, so we will call for him, and I need to rest to recover some spells. I had to use a lot of magic in order to get out of there earlier.
Would one of you be able to go get Vadric as well? We could probably use his help too.
I'll use the sending stone that Silas gave me to call for him as well, and let him know what is going on, and that we need his help for when night falls.
Yes, Tarkin, go get Vadric and ask him to come here.
Tarkin will hurry away to the Blessed Waters, returning a few minutes later with Vadric. Donatello, what do you want to say to Silas? You have 25 words to convey your message.
Let's see here, Silas. We need your help. Father Lucian is about to plane shift the whole town, and they have taken captives. Meet us.
Sorry, that's all the words you have.
What? I don't think that was 25 words.
It was. The message translates as follows. Let's see here, Silas. We need your help. Father Lucian is about to plane shift the whole town, and they have taken captives. Meet us.
Damn, nice going, Donatello. All right, does Silas send a message back?
He does, almost immediately. Idiot. Choose your words more wisely. It is a good thing I can track you guys almost anywhere. I'll be there just after nightfall. Idiot.
I changed my mind. We are going to kill Silas, too. Maybe when we send Southern Edge to Ravenloft, we can send him too. Nobody calls me an idiot and gets away with it.
Christ, grow up, Donatello. Stop being such a baby.
At least I can remember who Thorn is.
Who?
Jesus Christ. All right, what's the plan going to be then? We have Vadric, Stapes, Melanie, Tarkin, Silas, and the 3 of us. We just have to fend off a town of guards, steal the vials, and probably kill Lucian, and free Kieran and Thorn. And we will only have about 2 hours to do all of that after I rest up and recover my spell slots.
I thought you were supposed to be the one with the plan. Aren't you always bragging about that?
Yeah, just point me in a direction and I can handle the guards alone.
I don't think I'm always bragging about having a plan, but yes, I have a plan. Mostly. I think Silas can handle getting Thorn and Kieran out of prison. He has his charm, and he could handle himself if things go sideways. Perhaps Melanie or Tarkin could go with as well. Might help to at least have a pretend reason to see them and make the charm a bit easier to go along with.
Yeah, I can go with him. I'm not going to leave the 2 of them alone with a vampire.
You really seem to have something against vampires, don't you? Anyways, all right, then the 3 of us need to sneak up to the Abbey. Vadric, do you know of any alternate routes up to the Abbey?
Stapes raises his hand. My lords, there is indeed a back route that would work quite well in this circumstance, I think. The servants of the Abbey use it to travel down for water and to avoid being seen. Most of them are friends of mine. I can make sure the way is clear tonight, and it will lead you within the Abbey walls themselves.
Damn, Stapes, I don't say this lightly, but you are pretty awesome.
Thank you, my lord. I should get going if I'm to make the necessary arrangements. Excuse me.
Before you go, Stapes, Kieran had promised us 100 gold pieces each, and I don't want to miss out on that if this thing goes sideways.
Of course, I'll have someone bring it right up.
Christ, Donald, you really are just a murder hobo looking for gold, aren't you? Okay, we have the way up to the Abbey. It would still be really helpful if we could cause a distraction for the guards down here in the village. Vadrick, do you think you'd be able to cause a disturbance?
Just me? No, not really. But I know of some people who can help with that, and I think are open to the cause. They did not like seeing Kiran being dragged away in chains. He is almost always out in the town helping people, and definitely has a lot of the populace on his side. We can make a sizable enough distraction.
All right. So that just leaves us to take on an abbey full of warrior priests who are getting ready to battle a dark power by transporting the whole town into the Shadowfell. Piece of cake, honestly. Barak and Joden, you could both stay here with Tarkin.
Before we forget, has the scout returned yet about when that army is supposed to get here?
No, not yet, but Kieran sent him on the fastest horse we have. We won't know until he returns.
Before we all forget too, Tarkin, how exactly did you escape?
Tarkin's face grows red. What? How did I escape?
Oh yeah, I actually forgot about this. That was the first Joden. Yes, Tarkin, how did you escape?
He grows quiet. Do one of you want to make a persuasion or intimidation check?
I'll roll for intimidation, of course. Holy hell. This is rigged. I got a natural one. You're telling me that I was able to intimidate the high priest who is ready to sacrifice himself in his town for some god, and I am not able to intimidate an 18-year-old kid?
That is exactly what I'm telling you. You stammer on your words, and the intention of your intimidation falls flat.
I've never stammered before in my whole life. This is bullshit.
Well, first time for everything, I guess. Tarkin looks down. I don't want to talk about it, okay? It was an accident.
I'm sure it was, son. That isn't your fault. Just tell us what happened.
Do you want to roll persuasion this time, Kamala? I'll give you advantage on it.
I don't have a character sheet, but that's a 15.
He looks up, tears beginning to brim in his eyes. They came in and told me that they were sending an army out that day to come and destroy the town, and that I had served my purpose. They unshackled me, and the executioner came in and was about to kill me. But then, he sneezed.
I'm sorry, he sneezed?
Yeah, he sneezed. He dropped the knife he was about to stab me with, and I picked it up and stabbed him. It all happened so quickly, I didn't mean to kill him, but he was about to kill me, and I had just a small moment, and I took it, and then he was dead, and I just ran. I didn't run into any guards, and before I knew it, I was on the road. I followed a sign for Southern Edge and just kept running until I made it back here.
Okay, out of game moment for just a second here. Ben, you really expect us to believe that Silas finds and saves this kid on the road, somehow being part of a group of bandits that just happened to rob a carriage Tarkin was a part of, and then after being imprisoned for being a spy, he was able to escape because a highly trained executioner sneezed at the wrong moment, dropped a knife, and then this 18-year-old kid was able to kill him and run away without bumping into any guards, and then just happened to see a sign for Southern Edge, a small little outpost in the middle of nowhere, and found his way home. That is way too much coincidence to have happened. No way.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with Donald here. That's a lot of pretty specific chances to line up in order to get him back here.
Well, it's rather obvious, right, guys? Something sent him here, probably whatever dark power is manipulating Lucian.
That's a pretty good guess, Joe. Anyways, you all know I can't spoil the story. So, any other plans, or are you long resting for the next 8 hours to recover the spell slots?
All right, yeah, we should take that rest and then get to work, guys. We have our work cut out for us here.
The next couple of hours pass by uneventfully, except for Silas arriving just after sunset, looking to be in a fair amount of pain. He clearly traveled really fast to have made it here so soon. He does agree to the plan, however.
Something I just thought about. Can he go on to holy ground? Wouldn't the chapel be blessed or something?
No, the chapel is most certainly not holy ground, Silas says. I don't think it was ever even touched or blessed by a god. Whatever dwells there is certainly not from the celestial plane, I can tell you that much.
Interesting. So not only has Lucian been deceived then, but probably all of the high priests dating back to whenever Selene first got the amulet from Riker.
It would appear so. All right, are you all ready to head out into the city for the final showdown then? The time has come.
Hell yeah, I'm ready. I'm going to go kill Lucian. Both of you better leave him to me.
All right, we can do that. Something tells me you'll regret that, though.
I have zero regrets.
All right, as you exit the Dylever house and Melanie and Silas go their own way to the prison to rescue Thorn and Kieran, you can see a heavy fog rolling in from the east. Stapes leads you around to the servant entrance, a narrow flight of stairs that would easily be missed if you didn't know what you were looking for. My lords, please do be careful. I hope you are able to succeed in your mission, however.
Thanks for taking us here, Stapes. It was good to have met you.
Honestly, Stapes has got to be one of the best people in the campaign.
You probably jinxed it, Joden. Now he's going to betray us or something. Did he bring us the gold, Ben?
Yes, a servant brought each of you a bag of 100 pieces of gold. You should all add that to your character sheets. All right, as you begin the climb, it looks like Stapes did a good job and cleared the way for you. You don't run into any servants the whole way up and emerge into the kitchens of the Abbey. Here, You find a couple of servants, but they largely ignore you except for a few pointed stares.
All right, let's go stop a psychopathic priest from destroying the town then.
The kitchen exits into a courtyard, just to the left of the chapel entrance. You can hear chanting from inside.
Wait, how are we supposed to stop Lucian from just breaking a couple of vials? That seems like an easy thing to do in just a moment of time, just by throwing them to the ground once we enter and start massacring priests.
Turn me invisible this time, Barack. I'll move in and kill Lucian before he even has a chance to do that. And I can steal the vials, too.
Why would we send you? You'll have disadvantage on the noise stealth check, so you're the most likely one to get caught.
I'm not going to get caught, and I won't make the same mistake as Sleepy Joden over here either.
That is literally the dumbest thing I've heard all day, Donatello. You have the worst stealth and are wearing heavy armor. There is no reason at all we should send you. It would almost be smarter just to have Barack send a fireball up there destroying everything than to send you.
Fine, whatever. You better leave Lucian to me, though. I'm going to chop off his head.
All right, Joden, then. I'll cast invisibility on Joden and send him in to steal the vials.
Sounds like a plan. Joden, as you enter invisible, you see row after row of priests, and even just common folk who have gathered for the ceremony of the blessing of the water. Father Lucian stands at the head of the chapel in front of the same altar as he had given his earlier speech, holding an amulet above his head and chanting something under his breath. The whole congregation seems to know the chant by heart, as they are all murmuring it as well.
All right, I think I should sneak into his office and try to find the vials there. We still have like an hour and a half or something before he said he would complete the ceremony, yeah?
You have about an hour. It took a while to make it to the stairs quietly and then to climb them to the abbey.
Still, I think that would be a good idea.
Okay, I'll do that then. Do I find the vials in his office, Ben? Fingers crossed.
No, the vials aren't in his office. You scour them up and down, taking about 10 minutes to do so, but no vials.
All right, he must have them on him then. So I need to sneak up to the front of a crowded chapel and steal something from the priest without anybody noticing. This is the most stealthy thing I've ever done, I think.
It will be, yeah. All right, I'll need you to roll a stealth check with advantage to see if you are able to make it there without making noise, and then a sleight of hand check. I won't give you advantage on that one, to see if you can steal the vials from his pocket without him noticing.
That's a 21 for the stealth check, so I should make it up there.
Nice, Joden. Almost there.
And a natural 20 to steal it.
Goddamn, I thought for sure you were going to lose it there.
Wow, that was a crazy good roll. You are able to steal 5 vials from his pocket without him noticing.
Can I make a perception check to see if they are the real deal?
Sure. You want to do that in the front of the chapel as well, or...
No, I'll head back outside to the others.
Wait a second, you aren't pulling one over on us this time, Ben. I thought there were 6 vials.
Dang, I thought I had pulled it off. Yes, you are correct, Donatello. There were 6 vials in the box in episode 1.
Damn, so he still has one of the vials on him then?
It would appear so.
Damn. All right, I'm going to go back up and try to find the last one.
Since you rolled so well on the last one, I'll just say that you've definitely learned how to be quiet while moving. You see the other vial in the same hand as the amulet, above his head and over a large basin of water.
Damn! There's no way you can steal that. All right, Joden, you gotta chop off his arm and steal the vial that way.
Christ, that seems brutal, Donatello.
Do you have a better idea, Barack?
Well, no, not really.
All right, I'll try to cut off his arm with my short sword and steal the vial as I do so.
Roll for an attack. You get advantage since you're invisible.
Holy hell, that's only a 12. I got out all my good rolls earlier.
That does still hit him, actually. He is only wearing a brown robe.
7 damage, then.
You swing with your sword at his arm, cutting it deep but not quite severing it, as he brings his arm down with a cry and the whole audience gasps. Blood splatters onto you, Joden, revealing you even though you are invisible, but you are able to grab the vial from his hand. So you are now standing at the front of a crowded chapel, blood covering you, ruining your invisibility, having just slashed at the head priest and stolen both the vial and the amulet from him in front of everybody. That seems like a good spot to end this session.
Shit, Ben, can't we just keep going? Make it an extra long finale for our viewers?
Yeah, Ben, we gotta end this on a bang.
All right, fine. We can keep going. You're right, there isn't a whole lot left. Just a final battle and then handling the army and wrapping up campaign stuff. Pretty much another episode.
Sweet, thanks. All right, can I run in and slash at a bunch of priests with my longsword?
Well, first we have to roll for initiative.
I got a 13.
I got a 22.
God damn it, I got another natural one. I guess it's a good thing that I didn't try to be the one sneaking around.
I got an 11 for mine, so I'll go after Joden and Barack then.
Are we actually fighting or are we running, guys? I got the vials. If we escape, then we could just be gone with them.
That's actually a good point. I guess we should probably just run away.
Hell no. I have not come this far just to avoid the final battle.
All right, fine. I guess we didn't listen to you last time and ended up as fugitives still. I'll swing at Father Lucian then.
The hell you will. I told you that he's mine.
Fine, whatever, Donatello. I'll swing at some random priest then. Ben, how many priests are there?
There are probably 25 or so priests and 10 commoners in the room.
Christ, we should have just ran.
I'll swing at the closest priest to me then. That's a natural 20, a 16, and an 8. Which of those hit?
You need a 10 to hit anyone in the room.
All right, so that is going to be 13 damage off the critical and 5 damage off the other hit.
Okay, so just from the perspective of the commoners, an invisible enemy just tried to kill Father Lucian, stole the amulet, and then cut down another priest in the space of just a few seconds. That priest is going to fall, dead, with a loud yell as you plunge your sword into his heart.
Damn, Joe, you are being pretty brutal right now.
It was your idea.
Still, that seems like a bit overkill. Literally.
All right, Barack, you're up.
I kind of want to cast Fireball. That would solve a lot of our problems, but then I would kill a bunch of commoners. I feel pretty bad about this, guys. We are literally marching into a chapel and killing off a ton of holy people that have just been deceived by a dark power.
That's kind of fair. I didn't think about it that way.
Don't lose your nerve, guys. Some of these are probably the people who locked us in that cave.
Yeah, on orders from Father Lucian. All right, yeah, I'm not going to kill these priests.
Why'd you have to go making sense after I killed one of them? I feel really bad now.
Fine. We won't kill them. How about incapacitation? Can we go for non-lethal blows?
Hey, Ben, how big is the chapel?
It's about 30 feet across in all directions. A set of pews are every 5 feet or so up until the altar.
That is the perfect size. All right, I want to cast Hypnotic Pattern to try to charm everyone then.
Dang, nice. I didn't know you got that spell.
Only thanks to that level up to 6.
All right, so all of the priests and commoners are going to need to make a wisdom saving throw then?
Yeah, 15 is the save DC.
I'm going to roll for them in groups of 5, and I'll say that the commoners are automatically charmed. Damn, that is going to be really effective. That's a 6, a 14, a 12, a 7, and a 21. So only 5 of the priests, and I'll say Father Lucian is in that group, are not going to be charmed then.
All right, I then want to tell everyone to leave and try to tell Father Lucian that we just want to talk.
Make a persuasion check.
Hell yeah, that's an unnatural 20.
All right, I did not see this going this way at all. So after Joden attempted to murder Lucian and then did murder a priest, Barack is able to charm about 30 people and tell them to leave, and then convince Lucian to at least hear you guys out and stop further bloodshed.
You've got to be shitting me. After all this time, we finally have a battle, and then for some reason I'm going last, and then the battle is over before I even get to take a turn? You all planned this, didn't you? You probably rigged all my dice rolls to be terrible just to mess with me.
How would we even do that, Donatello?
I don't know. We all know what kinds of tech we have stored away in vaults. Something there must have been able to do this.
We didn't use some sort of secret technology to rig your dice, Donald. This is just how this all panned out. All right, Lucian, look. I know you think that Sanitas is the one who is wanting you to do all of this, but you've been tricked. The amulet isn't even from Sanitas. It's from a dark power probably who got Riker to make a deal to save his dying wife, Celine.
I don't know how you know those names, but that's heresy.
Really? Do you really think a god would give you an amulet that kills people if they stop using it?
It's a sign of their devotion to Sanitas. If they are not willing to continually partake of the water, then they are disloyal and heretics and deserve death.
Nice god you worship, then. Why don't you drink the water, then?
Actually, you guys wouldn't really know that. That was revealed in the Silas one-shot, or at least hinted at since Lucian was able to travel a long distance away.
Oh, right, yeah, all right, then. What about this army on its way to destroy the town?
Sanitas has revealed that army to me in a dream. That is why we need to move to the domains now. We need to take the fight to Vampire. He clutches his arm, blood running down it from Joden's blade.
Look, let's say for just a second that you're right. Sanitas is behind this and wants you to go fight Vampire. Even though he honestly doesn't seem like a big deal if you aren't in the domains, but whatever. Can we just talk it over like adults and come up with a compromise?
Roll another persuasion check, Barack.
Damn, that's only a 10.
There isn't time. He's going to lunge at Joden and try to take the vials back. Joden, do you want to make a contested dexterity check? That's only a 6 on my side, so I think he probably fails.
Yeah, I got a 16.
As he lunges, he slips and lets out a loud cry of pain as he falls onto his bleeding arm. The other priests gather around him, helping him back to his feet. This is why I knew that adventurers were bad news. You never see the bigger picture. All you want is coin. Fine. I'll offer you 1,000 gold pieces each if you just give me the vials and leave.
We aren't going to let you destroy a whole town for gold.
Well, that's a lot of gold. I'm sure Ben has other adventures we can go on.
Come on, Donatello, you know we can't take that.
I know that doesn't mean we have to say no right away. Maybe he would bring it to us and then we could find a creative way out, or something like that. 1,000 gold pieces each is a lot of money.
Not worth condemning a town to doom, though.
No, definitely not. But that was his starting offer. I bet I could get him to double that easy. Anyways, obviously we can't take the money.
Why not? You have no connections to this place. You didn't even know we existed until you arrived here a week ago. Just leave, a whole lot richer, and forget any of this happened.
If you are so bent on fighting Vampire, why drag the whole town with you? You could just go out into the woods, take a single vial and your priests, and go fight Vampire that way.
They would die without the amulet. It wouldn't be worth throwing our lives away for a week's battle against Vampire.
And do you really think that the town will survive much longer than that in the domains of dread? Come on, it would probably be destroyed within a week.
I'll let you make another persuasion check, this one with advantage. You guys are making some good points.
God, I have the worst persuasion. The advantage helped a lot, though. That's a 16.
Fine, whatever. We can just lose. The army will just come and destroy us.
No, we are going to be sending them to Ravenloft instead. We just need to go find Thorn and ask him how many vials we need to use and how far away the army needs to be in order for us to not get sucked in.
As if on cue, the doors to the chapel fling open, and Silas, Thorn, Kieran, and Melanie all walk in. Silas has blood on his face, and as his eyes fall upon Lucian, his face contorts with vampiric fury. You. He stalks across the chapel.
Wait, Silas, wait.
Can I stop him, Ben?
Make a strength saving throw, Joden.
That's a 12.
With vampiric strength and a snarl of pain, he launches you across the room. You take 5 bludgeoning damage as you smash into the wall. Silas lets out an otherworldly screech, and the priests back away, except for Father Lucian, who stands with a determined look on his face.
You've got to be kidding me. I don't even get to fight, and now Silas is going to get to kill Lucian instead of me? I'm going to throw my longsword at Silas to try to get him to stop.
Make an attack roll.
That's a 25 for 8 damage.
Your longsword flies true, slicing into his side. Silas falls to his knees, letting out another snarl and tearing the sword out. He flings it back at you, Donatello. Make a dexterity saving throw.
That's a 7.
You take 9 slashing damage as you try to move out of the way, but it slices your arm.
All right, my turn. I'll Misty step in front of him. Silas, please stop. He isn't worth it.
Make a persuasion check.
God, another one of these. All right, I really wish someone else had tried that first. Could I try for a religion check instead, since we are in a chapel and he is a priest?
All right, I'll allow that.
God damn it, that's a natural one. It wouldn't have mattered if it was persuasion or religion.
He swipes at you, knocking you to the side, and you take 7 slashing damage. He deserves to die. Silas grabs Father Lucian by the robes and plunges his teeth into his neck. Father Lucian grows pale, and within a few seconds, Silas drops him to the ground in a heap. He then turns and begins marching out of the chapel.
Honestly, Lucian did deserve that. Do we try to stop Silas? I think we might have a chance at beating him, but it would probably be a close one.
I think we let him go. He helped us free Thorn and Kiran, and I can't really blame him for killing Lucian.
Yeah, neither can I. Lucian tortured him for a year. I just wish we had been able to stop him from killing him.
Yeah, none of you rolled great except for Donatello on that sword throw. All right, Silas leaves the chapel and stalks out of the abbey.
Well, this all went pretty terribly. At least we got the vials. You said Thorn was here?
Yep. Thorn came in with Silas. The remaining priests all take Father Lucian's body and rush out of the chapel in fear. Adventurers, thank you for saving us. That was a rather grisly sight.
No problem, Thorn. Yeah, I wish I'd been able to kill Father Lucian, but I'll settle for Silas getting his revenge. I still need to kill Amabo, so I definitely get it with Silas.
Were you able to recover the vials?
Yeah, I have them here. I'll bring him over the 6 vials and hand the amulet over to Kieran.
Kieran nods. Thank you. He turns and leads Melanie away, leaving the 3 of you and Thorn in the chapel. Thank you for recovering these. I can see in hindsight that I was definitely right and should never have brought these here.
Why did you bring them? We definitely need some answers, Thorn.
I do owe you a lot of answers, but there will be a time for that later.
Right, first we need to deal with the army. We were thinking of using the vials to send the army to Ravenloft. Do you think that would work?
It probably would. It would save the town, too. But I don't know how many you would need to take just the army and not too much with them. It depends on how large the army is, and Kieran's scout has still not returned.
He probably died on the scouting trip.
Agreed. It is not an easy thing to scout an army, especially if the army had scouts looking for spies.
What's the plan then?
Unfortunately, there is only one way forward. I owe you all even more answers. I'm sorry. And with that, Thorn throws the vials at the ground. Mist immediately springs forth, spreading out into the city. You can see spectral figures moving in the mist, hands reaching out and ghosts rising up.
Holy shit, why would you do that, Thorn?
I'm sorry, my friends. I did not wish to do so, but it is the only way.
After everything we just did to stop this from happening, Thorn just broke the vials just like that, and now he's talking like Father Lucian too, god damn it.
Do I know of any way to stop this, Ben?
No, nothing like this was ever discussed in the academy. Perhaps, if you had been able to start casting before Thorn had broken the vials, you could have used your tiny hut spell to stop the mists from spreading, but you aren't even sure if that would have worked. The entire town gets blanketed in the mist, and a wall begins moving up about a mile outside of the city. You can hear the screaming coming from down below, and the air begins to feel different, heavier.
Can I kill Thorn?
Seconded.
Sure, make an attack roll.
That's a 19 on the dice, so it is a critical strike. That's 16 damage.
As you swing with your sword to decapitate Thorn, he drops his head in sorrow. I truly am sorry. Then with a single swipe, you take off his head. After forming a large bubble outside, the mist begins to dissipate slightly, and you can hear wolves howling in the distance. Welcome to Ravenloft.
Damn, we won, but we also lost, I guess. We shouldn't have trusted Thorn then.
Well, he is dead again, I suppose?
I don't quite know where we go from here, guys.
Well, that will be the end of this season of the Presidential D&D Campaign, so we will have to find out next session.
Things have a habit of going sideways pretty quickly on us, guys. We were able to save most of the priests and avoid a battle, and then Silas comes in and kills Father Lucian. We were able to recover the 6 vials to stop us from going to Ravenloft, and then Thorn smashes them on the ground. Definitely not the ending I was hoping for.
We didn't even get to destroy Southern Edge by sending them to Ravenloft either. Why do you think Thorn did that then?
I don't know. It seems a bit out of character. He seemed sorry about it too, but just said that it was the only way.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have killed him in hindsight. If we had just taken him prisoner, then we could have interrogated him and maybe found a way out of here. As is, we don't know where we are going, if this will be a new domain or part of an existing one, and don't really know how to get out of here once we get there.
I wonder if Silas made it out of the mists or if he got moved to Ravenloft too.
And Thorn died really easily. I doubt we've seen the last of him too.
Well, that does conclude this session, though. Thank you all for watching and for all of the support you've given the series. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to help out the channel and to stay alerted to when Season 2 is released.
Thanks for joining, everyone.
It's really been a blast.
See you all soon.